your host, Coach Rileagh T. Chase, and you are watching Inspiration Whispers, where in the world where inspiration and purpose is so needed, we find it. And today I have welcoming back Ehryck Gilmore. I'm so excited. You know, he's an author, life coach, motivational speaker. He's done interviews on all sorts of networks, all the way from NPR to Newsweek, so and so forth, and written several books that I have found personally very inspirational. And so with a big warm welcome, Ehryck, thank you so much for being on the show again. I just really appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach Rileagh. I'm glad to be back.
Awesome. Well, you know, you have this book out, and I really want to hop in with this book because it is so, right now we're coming out of the pandemic, hopefully. And, you know, I just think this is so powerful. The stop being scared. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Your title alone is so powerful. Can you, where did the book come from? What happened? Where did, you know, how did this work for you?
One of my developmental editors, Nalena Kai, said, I need more product. I need you to write something. I said, I promise not to do any more books. She said, just give me a 50-page book. I said, okay. In talking to a lot of people, like you said, in this time and age of the COVID, I was surprised that a lot of people had given up on their goal, dreams, and desires. And delving into that a little bit further, I said, what is really going on here? You know, COVID's been around, we've had other epidemics. So what is really behind this? So I delved in and I found out that a lot of it is fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of leaving friends behind, just scared of being ridiculed. A lot of people are scared of being ridiculed.
Right, and that's so, you know, we need to move forward. We need to act on our inspirations. But if we have a fear, because we are primal animals, you know, we do rely on our social environment to thrive. And if you have that ridicule coming at you, it messes with your mind and your psyche, and your want to, you know, get through and do your inspirations, and you do give up. So tell us about what you talk about. What's, you know, how do you address this?
The way I address this is, first, when I'm doing my coaching, I usually accept clients that are 39 and a half and older. One is because they are hungry. They're ready for their second chapter in their life. So if I go at them with my no-take prisoners method, I can be open, free, and honest to give them the what they need to hear at that time in their life. And I've had so many people at my kitchen table where I have a big box of Kleenex that will start to unload, let go. You know, I've had candidates running for senator at my kitchen table. I've had mayors, I've had doctors, lawyers, and people say, are you this hard on everybody? I said, I'm not being hard, I'm being direct. And if I can get you to understand that I need to be direct with you, I can't sugarcoat it, I can't lie to you or hold your hand. And if some people are looking for that, that's wonderful, because I do refer them to other therapists or the coaches or the people that, you know, can walk them through it slowly. But I'm the second chapter person. I'm the person you come see when you're ready to make this journey, to get that going in your life. Then I'm your guy.
I affectionately call it, like, I'm the one that shakes your snow globe.
Yes.
I know it really shakes that, and then we look at where the snow is falling.
Right. I like that.
Yeah, no, excellent. So, you know, you're really poignant on the fear, and the fear of failure, fear of success, and those the two things really are on that same line that drive what does somebody do with that? They're scared. They have this fear.
Oh,
You've pointed it out.
right. You start peeling back those layers, and you ask them about their job. What do you do in your job now? And they tell you, and I hate my job. I don't like the people that work there. My boss is a jerk. So once you start pulling those layers back and allowing them to have that space to get it out first, then I ask them the main question. Well, what do you want? Well, I want world peace. Come on now. What do you really want? And if you ask people that, you will see that deer in the headlights look. You will see that they're not sure. They can tell you everything that they don't want. I don't want that kind of a job. I don't want to have to drive 600 miles. I don't want to be in the office with people. Everything is I don't want. And then the moment you say, well, what would you prefer? You get that deer in the headlight look.
Yeah.
What would you prefer? I'm asking you because when you say, what would you prefer? I'm giving them a license to own it. I'm giving them the license to say whatever they want in the world. What would you prefer? Now, you see, when you give them that license, you give them that freedom to be anybody you want to be. It's almost like saying, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? Everybody can come up, oh, I'd buy this, I would do that, I would do, okay, you don't have the $1 million, but I want you to keep that same mindset. I need you to keep that same mindset, because that mindset of having $1 million allows you to be free. So when I say, what would you prefer? I need you to look at it as if it's your mindset of that $1 million.
So powerful. And when we look at as a giant shift, that fear to being able to say, yeah, I have that $1 million. I mean, that's a giant leap, but it was so simple how you explained it. Just to be able to go, if you did, imagine. I love in the forward of your book, you talk about it. It's like, being an actor or an actress and not being in costume. And they have to really, grab onto something about that character and be that character, even though they're not filming or on stage in front of the audience. They have to practice and be not necessarily dress rehearsal, but in rehearsal all the time.
It's
to be that.
It's like when people say about the law of attraction, and I've seen every law of attraction movie. I was even in a book with some of the people from the law of attraction. So it's like people say, oh, so all I have to do is visualize and then my manifestation will come. No, you have to become that which you desire. You have to become it. You have to act as if and then become it. Because even when I say act as if in my last book, some people thought it was play acting, which is good because it gets you started. And if you can follow through with that habit, because habits become your reality.
Yes. Oh, so powerful. And it reminds me of that statement, we're human beings, not human doings.
Yes.
You have to be that. Yes. Awesome.
This lady who was a life coach, she wrote a book, best-selling book on the New York Times, and she pushed it up there. And I just watched the documentary. I was in awe. I mean, she's talking about she had 5 homes, cars, Lexus, all these different kind of cars. And she said she always felt like she was an imposter. She never felt good about being dressed up and photographed. She always thought, and she's a PhD. Yeah. She thought that this is not who I am. So she gave it all up. And she, at the end of the documentary, you see her with her little dog and stuff, and she's happy and she's walking the dog and stuff. It's imposter syndrome. People feel if I leave where I am in life and jump to another station in life, that I will have to leave my friends behind. I will have to leave my associates behind, my mother, my brother, my sisters. I will have to leave them behind and get a whole new entourage. And I always tell people, yes, that may be true in the beginning, but send the train back, send the Uber Lyft back to pick them up. Get situated and then send back for them. And then they're like, oh, I never thought about it because they're trapped. They're trapped in what they heard. They're trapped in that idea of, I need to listen to other people and not cut a path for myself. Instead of saying, you know something, I feel this imposter syndrome, and maybe I could have been an imposter, but this is really who I am. Because you're telling the universe, this is who I am.
Man, I can tell when you say that, you feel it. Because have you ever dealt with this for yourself?
Fear of success, fear of failure. No, I'm one of those people that think I can do it all. I think I'm like,
Yeah.
you said I could do it. I'm going to try it out. And the last time we spoke, I explained to you how I was one of the skeptics of Abraham Hicks, Ramtha, all these metaphysical, beautiful, wonderful people, Jerry and Esther, and Dr. Johnny Coleman from Christ Universal Temple once said, "It works if you work it." And I'm sitting there in her temple, and I'm going to try that. And like I said, I went from music, performing on stages around the country, Los Angeles, Miami, backstage with all the celebrities. I did that for 5 or 6 years, had 4 or 5 songs on the Billboard charts. One came in #2 on the charts. Then I said, oh, I can do this. I can write. Oh, because I was backstage at all these concerts, and people say, well, how did you do it? You know, who's your record company? I said, I don't have a record company. I'm self-produced. And they go, wow. And that got to the point where I said, well, let me write a book about this. And I said, okay, I can write a book. I can do that. It's fun. It's fun. If you fail, and if people say fail, it's only feedback. It's only telling you, okay, you need to go tighten that up. You need to tighten that up a little bit more. Failure is feedback. And people need to understand that. Oh, you didn't go all the way. I think I heard Elon Musk the other day say something similar, where they said, well, what about Tesla? Did you think it would make it? And he said, no, I thought it would fail. Okay, here's a trillionaire saying,
Yeah.
oh, I thought it would fail. I'm going to try it. I want to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Just do it. Just do it. Have fun.
So powerful, because it's our brain that gets in the way before we ever just do it. And we failed. What is I'm going to ad-lib that quote from Shakespeare. A coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a brave man only one.
Wow.
I think that's that failure, right? We're failing before we even try.
Right. And what is, again, what is failure? And that's why I wrote the book, Stop Being Scared. If you can achieve it, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. And I keep going back to my NLP days, neuro-linguistic programming days. And it just said in that book, and I think I just lived it 1,000 times once I read the portion in our text that we had to study. Failure is just feedback. The map is not the territory. I mean, it was just like,
yeah,
these people are serious. This is for real stuff. I'm going to try it.
Wow, so powerful. So if people could even take in that mantra, failure is just feedback. Failure is just feedback. It diffuses it right there.
Yes, it does. I was just saying that if you can just stop worrying about other people's feelings, because if they got feelings about, here's an example. I had when I first came out with my first song, my cousin said to me, "Aren't you a little old to be getting started?" And I said, "Wow, okay." I said, "If I am, and if it's a hit, then I'll save that money for later in life when I'm collecting Social Security, and I will have an additional stockpile." So I had nothing to lose, nothing to lose.
Absolutely, absolutely. Ehryck, it reminds me, my husband built a boat, and everybody was giving him opinions through, oh, that'll never work, and that'll never work. And so he named the boat Wayo, who asked your opinion? To keep himself motivated.
Tell him.
So I love what you just said, because I mean, that is like, you know, okay. So you
Okay.
have a negative opinion. Okay.
Okay. But it's the, and I don't want to gloss over people who have anxiety issues or have issues of self-sabotage and stuff. But if you don't take a step, and if you are seeing working with a therapist or somebody like that, that you don't ask them, can we step this up? What is the next step? How do I move on? How do I move past this? And I'm going to jump to another subject, and using your intuition, your hunches, and your gut to achieve some of this stuff. Most people always talk about, I had a hunch, it was my gut. I had a hunch in my gut, so I went with it. Most billionaires and millionaires always tell you that. That's something that a lot of people gloss over. They don't hear when the millionaires and billionaires said, I went with my gut, I went with my hunch, which translates into using your intuition.
Absolutely. And you know what? So people, that's such a scary word, right? Trust my intuition. You have those really mind people who are so logic oriented, and my brother's an engineer. I know him. I know them very closely. But what's happening is when I talk about with people about what's going on is our mirror neurons are firing, and our mirror neurons are the things that, like when we watch somebody fall and we go, ooh, and I don't even have your parts, and I go, ooh, you know, my mirror neurons are saying, hey, that hurts. Well, our mirror neurons also pick up on lies and successes and what can be achieved. So it's actually still our brain talking to us, but our other thoughts are so loud, it reacts through our body.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, so powerful. You're absolutely right. Trusting that intuition.
Like Amazon, A to Z. That's that smile on the Amazon box. That's A to Z. You see, I'm a nerd. I read everything and look at everything.
Awesome.
It's if it doesn't scare you, then you're in your comfort zone. You are truly, and I wrote about that in the book. I don't know if you got that chat part, but the comfort zone, that's that I'm good, okay, I'm good. But what happens when you're in your comfort zone and you're not living your dream, desire, or seeking your goal, you start to become anxious, anxiety, jealousy creeps in, and now you have dis-ease. That's what happens when you are not following your goals. You're not scared enough to get up off that sofa to turn the channel. Everybody's Alexa, turn channel. You have to.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Well, there you go. When you are not scared enough, it just doesn't move you spiritually.
All right, I'm absorbing this moment where Alexa has come into our interview. and understand, like, Alexa can't coach you, everybody. Alexa can't coach you.
I'm not going to say her name again. Not going to say
Oh, that was awesome. So we have about 5 minutes left, and so I want to. I just find, Ehryck, what you're doing is so inspirational, and the people you're reaching is so important. First of all, how can people find you?
They can find me at on my website, www.ehryck.com, and it will lead you straight to my website. So there, I am on Instagram, but I put a lot of quotes up on Instagram. But basically, if you go to my website, you'll see where I'm doing a lecture at a university or with Body, Mind, and Spirit. I love those folks. They've been good to me over the years. You can see on my website some of the expressions on my face and the pictures. I have these expressions that when I get asked these questions that I really want people to get it. I don't want to leave no stone unturned. I don't want to leave anybody behind. I want to leave them with enough angst and in your faceness that they will say, he's crazy, but I like what he's doing.
And it's crazy in a really infectious, beautiful, inspiring way. Not like not that crazy going to the funny farm here. We're talking about, you know, you inspire people. So I want to recommend the audience, please check out Ehryck's website, because, you know, we are stuck, and he has a book about that too. But how to stop being scared. That's what's causing our stuckness.
Yes.
You know, and passion, and see him live. It's obviously well worth it. And Ehryck, thank you so much again for being with us today. Anything you want to leave with them, the audience today?
I would like to leave with the audience today, this time around, that to stop being scared. Seriously. Failure is only feedback. If you want to open up that bread and breakfast place, do your research first, because I don't want people jumping off on some law of attraction where they're nodding out, visualizing, thinking that that's going to happen. You must put forth a smart goal. You must start first, research everything you do, then jump from there.
And part of that research can be your 2 books as well.
Thank you.
So can you remind me the title of the book about being stuck?
It's Why Am I Stuck?
Why Am I Stuck? That's it.
Yeah, Why Am I Stuck? Yeah, that's a thicker book. And Act As If, and Stop Being Scared, which will be out soon. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. So those are the 3 books.
I believe it, and I know it.
Thank you.
So I love it. I love it so much. And thank you, Ehryck, so much for, again, coming with us and on this journey, and adding so much inspiration to the world with what you do. And I want to remind everybody, when you have those inspirations that whisper to you, stop being scared. If you believe it, you can achieve it. Yes. And so check out Ehryck's book. It's going to help you. And we're here for you. Thank you again for watching the Inspiration Whisper Show. I'm your host, Coach Rileagh T. Chase, and we're here to help you find that purpose and inspiration so you can change your life. Thank you so much for watching.